Hello friends, I am your host, Carrie Hamilton, and welcome to Bottoms Up, Healing from Trauma That They Called Love. There's a divine purpose for you, and it's time that you discover your authenticity to live on mission. So sit back, relax, and listen up. Today's episode may just be what will set you free. We're at a time where we're coming out of the love of power, and we're coming into the power of love. And you see, it's like a tightrope of battling the way that the world is right now. So many of us are trying to keep positive and just to keep a loving heart that, we can expand deeper into just so much love because the world is just so dark. We're coming out of ages of dominance and entitlement and empowerment, and the awakening is so important right now because you really have to do the inner work to almost like communicate with your soul, to find your inner love, not only for yourself, but of other people. Because you see, right now we're having fake food, fake people. I mean, you got people out here that'll fake a whole personality just to take advantage of people and to get things for free. And, the way that many are being manipulated is by keeping a fast pace, keeping things, the movement going so fast that you don't even have time to think. You really do have to embrace silence. You have to literally start to sit and think of your thoughts and go through a process of finding yourself, knowing what you want, knowing what completes you, knowing what truly, truly talks to your soul. Because if you don't, I really fear for people that aren't doing the inner work and aren't coming to find that inner love of themselves and who they truly are and truly want. Because with, like I said, all of the fakeness around us, you're gonna get hurt. You're going to be taken advantage of. You're going to be one of the people that get wound up in the chaos and the craziness. And let's not forget that when people get taken advantage of and when lies start coming to light and when fake things start unraveling, people start distrusting. Trust is very few, far in between. So this is where you have to do the inner work, find your inner self, see what makes you feel whole, because authenticity is going to be the new power. Because people will feel in their soul if someone's being real or not. And if someone is, telling the truth. Discernment goes such a long way. And I can't help but think so many people talk about this rapture and all this other stuff, and I truly in my heart believe that this kind of stuff is the rapture. Like, it's awakening your soul to realize all the programming and the lies and the deceitment and all of that, so that you can find your inner self and align with your people, align with trust and love and all of that. But you can't do that unless someone is authentic and being their authentic self. And once you go through that awakening and that spiritual work and that inner work with your soul, you truly can walk in a room and know right away who's real and who's not, and who's who's taking advantage and who isn't. I mean, I sense the energy of evilness so far away now that it's almost like I don't even really have to be so close in the vicinity of them. I could just sense it a mile away. And there's a lot of people that once they do the work and once they have gone through that path, they're going to be the same way. And if you haven't done the work, you're going to fall in the traps of the fake ones, the false prophets, the lies, the manipulation, all of that. And you see, once you lose trust, the only way to get it back is through compassion, through tenderness, through authenticity, through real depth, truth of life and who you are, and just all of that together gains trust for another. When you do kind things, when you live in a soulful, real, valued meaning of life. And right now, trust is very thin. And I think the only way to get it back from people is, like I said, through love, through compassion, through tenderness, through doing things, loving thy neighbors just as thyself, which means you have to do the inner work to find how wonderful you are as well. And you really have to be careful. There's a lot of people out here that feel they read a book or did some class or something, and now they're like the gurus of spirituality and trust and knowing and so forth. And words are a very powerful thing, and they go a very long way. And this works obviously in good and in evil. And so there's a lot of people on here that are doing well. I'm trying to think of how to put this into words. They're doing well and they mean well, but they experience and training and knowledge and certifications and so forth like that are things that go a long way, right? They're the ones that truly help, obviously, especially experience. Like, people telling their stories are super important. But be careful, because those who truly walk in faith in God, in giving their true word, in stories and so forth, they don't do it for an income. They don't do it for money, for fame, for whatever, for followers, for insert whatever. Nothing personal, or again, I guess you could say entitlement or dominance or power. They do it because it's a calling, it's their purpose, it's their reasoning. And so make sure that you use your discernment and know that who's real and who's not. Someone had actually just asked me this past week how much I make on social media, and I actually chuckled because I don't make anything. I don't do this because I want people to know all of my business, or I want to make X amount of dollars or whatever. I do this truly from my heart to help the people that were once, in the shoes that I once sat, and in the darkness, and truly thinking that people's words mean anything to who you are. To know that the abusers out there, the users, losers, and abusers out there are actually the weak ones. They're very weak, and they know that you're so loving and filled with light, and that's exactly why they chose you as a victim. And so if I could awaken anyone and even just shed some sort of light into the darkness of those who are suffering, that's how I get paid. That's how I truly feel blessed. Blessed is the only word I could find in a nutshell of why I do what I do. and why I tell everybody the things that I say and the things that I do, and even my certification of, of what I do. I don't do it for income. I do it to help people out there that are in the darkest times that I once sat. And I'll tell you, it gets scary down there. It gets scary in the dark. And if I could be the light to someone, it's worth it. In Exodus 14:14, it says, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." Going back to like the beginning of what I said in here, is that you need silence. You need peace. You need to calm your storm, because that is how you are going to know your journey, your path, the synchronicities, the way. And if you are caught in the chaos and the commotion and the constant fast forward that life is today, filled with so much convenience and no commitment, you will fall short. You will lose the sight of love and aid into the evilness that surrounds us. Corinthians 13:8 says, "Love never fails." So the only way to be saved, to move forward, to survive, is through love. Loving yourself and the neighbor.